Yeah, that's a different button. Greetings and welcome to you, brave citizens of our new world. It is I, Toronto's greatest supervillain and evil genius, Dr. Terrawad, coming to you live once again from the Lair 4.0. We are once again playing ourselves a lovely game of D&D Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition in the Chronicles of Autometh. I'm once again your kind of benevolent, hopefully, DM, playing through this this wonderful story that we've got going on here. But where would we be in this insanity if not for the wonderful players that we have at our table here with us today? Starting from the top of the round, and once again, we have coming back to the table a one Cassie D20 Love Chew playing our Banshee Bard, Syaces Blueleaf.
It's me, hey everybody. Oh, how are y'all doing? I love you. You're all great. I love all your faces.
Yeah.
I've been making, just a real quick thing. I've been making real awesome progress on my dice, and hopefully I can start taking commissions. And I hope you'll check out all the cool stuff I do. I'm really excited about it. Make all the shinies.
I would personally love a Black King themed set of dice. I think that would be rad as fuck.
Oh hell the fuck yeah, dude! It'll happen. We'll make it happen.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And of course we have a Spooty Poots coming in from their channel, streaming as well, I believe.
Yep.
Playing our UNT Abomination, Envrail Olo.
And I also have commissions for character art.
Spooty Poots, that's your cue.
What? Oh no. I was muted the whole time.
Oh no!
And I totally said I do commissions for character art as well.
You do commissions. As a matter of fact, for the folks that will be seeing, the character art done for both the Zax, the Goblin, and Vrail, the UNT Abomination, were done by Spooty Poots.
Yeah. But as well as the keeper one.
As well as the keeper, that's correct. That's right. Yeah, as well as the keeper one.
That being said, those 3 were made before I got my fancy new tablet, and I've definitely upgraded with that fancy new tablet. So.
Oh shit, son!
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I'm excited. This is, and then if anybody wants to get in contact with any of these wonderful people, of course, you can join our Discord community. There's a button for the Discord down below our stream here at Evil Link. And you can see Spooty Poots is there, and Cassie's there, and all the rest of our players are in that community. You can shoot them a message on our tabletop gaming area. Feel free to ask them there, or shoot them a DM at their discretion.
Yeah.
And of course, then we also have our good longtime friend here, the Killing Chick, aka KC Stream Waifu, playing the Grung Druid of the party, Floop.
Hello. Don't worry, guys. I'm still working on Bone Daddy 3.0. He's gonna be there soon. And now back to the D&D thing. Surface Moss. Wow.
What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive.
You do realize I'm going to do this every single stream.
The best. You kidding me?
The best.
That's what happens.
And of course we have our good friend Warden coming in playing our Thrycreen monk by the name of Keeper.
Greetings.
And last, but certainly not least, we have Zax Triar, the goblin artificer in the group, riding on their mechanical mount, coming in, being played by a one Shaskar.
Hey, it's your boy, and I am not taking any kind of commissions because I don't do commissions for anything.
Well, I mean, you're an artificer, so
But
maybe you should do commissions.
In game, I might take commissions, but out of game, I'm not taking any commissions.
Out of game, I ain't doing that. That's not how it
I ain't signed up for that shit.
Shane says, does Spooty Poots do title cards? I'm in the market, as it were.
Yeah,
no. Shoot D20 Love some messages for them D20 Love dice, as well as shoot Spooty Poots a message for any art that they might be able to make for you, because I'm sure there's lots of stuff there. If you guys want to check that out. And also, big hello to everybody who's in the chat here. We got today a Mercenary Pen and a Rainer. We got First Person Shane. We got Mr. Classic Magic, Tonberry. Scary Cute's also here. Care the Volcano Shark. Hello. Hello everybody who's coming along to go on this adventure with us. We have a boost to our stream going on here. We're at 36,000 out of 40 and change. So that's going to be really cool. If we hit that, then that's going to boost our stream up a little bit, and that's very exciting. And hello also to you, Scryer. Feel free to lurk away. Anybody who I didn't mention, because I'm just calling out names I'm seeing in the chat here.
Yeah.
Please feel free to sound off and be cool. Hello, Rags, you little bee friend. You adorable son of a bitch.
Yeah, we don't tend to call out lurkers because lurkers sometimes don't want to be called out. They just want to watch.
That's right.
True.
I just call out people I see who are talking in the
Yep.
chat. Some people get mad about that, but it's really just for the sake of the people that want to remain quiet.
Yep. So if you wanna be get a little shout out on the stream, talk.
Hell yeah. This is the kind of party where there's like one of those upper levels with a balcony that you can quietly watch the party from without having to interact with a ton of people.
Yeah.
AKA my favorite kind of goddamn party. Because, my God, I can't. Can't do it. All right, so when last we left...
There was
our-
one more thing I wanted to say before we get
please,
into it.
absolutely. Go for it. What do you got?
I'd like to thank Doc for allowing me to tweak my character a bit, because I wasn't having a whole hell of a lot of fun as my multi-class.
That is correct.
So I got so now I'm full paladin. So whoever bet that my secondary class was druid, you would be correct. I know that
Rainer.
was like, yeah, there you go. Is
Okay,
the least
I'm
likely.
just gonna say ahead of time that it was Rainer because that sounds like some shit he would know
Yeah.
off the top of his head because he's real good at this stuff. Oh, we're at 39. We're so close.
Oh.
So respond to the spectral arms. Oh yes, we're gonna get back to that. So when last we left our wonderful and intrepid adventurers, these beautiful people, they had been traveling just along the wasteland here. They'd been making their way sort of after they'd decided to pick up and adopt a particularly grumpy dwarf by the name of Garrick, and then start moving along sort of along the mountains into the woods and heading south. The original mission to eventually make their way to the dwarven kingdom of Vrogakal, and then make their way from there to getting a boat potentially, and then getting to the Living Mountains to find out the fate of Keeper's people. As they were traveling through the woods, though, they ran into a particular fuck by the name of Bromo Nubs. He, the self-styled bandit king of these forests, Bromo Nubs, once again unleashed a large group of these halflings upon the party and attacked them forthwith with the hopes of killing them and stealing all of their shit. The party did manage to, as you can clearly see, managed to defend themselves and light a good portion of the forest on fire and then buried it in ice and snow.
You're welcome.
Yeah. There was a lot of napalm being thrown around. There was
Yep.
a couple of explosions. Things were pretty wild, but you guys now find yourselves sort of standing over the ruination of these assailants. And I believe we have written on the thing here, how does Garrick respond to the spectral arms? Oh, right, yes, because that was something that I believe at the end
Keeper
of the
wanted
last...
to know about that.
Yeah, Keeper was, with his big ghostly spectral arms, was like flexing at Garrick to see how he'd respond to the situation.
yeah,
just
We forgot also to see his reaction towards Floop's healing.
Oh yeah, to Floop's magical healing and all the magic and everything else, all the ridiculousness that's been going on. Also, thank you, Cassie, for giving me a hydrate and a stretch.
I do not see my mount out there.
There it is.
There we go.
There you go.
I
Or
suppose
you're over there. Yeah, the mount. Yes, the mountain was right there.
I suppose
Or wait.
I'd want to know how affected he was by my spoopiness, but Vrail doesn't care.
Yeah, no. After all this, the sort of like the chaos has subsided, and everything sort of calmed down. You can see that Garrick is sort of like is still sort of like fussing over the steam-assisted crank gun that he's hauling around. You can see that on the large sort of mechanical backpack that he wears on his incredibly stocky and wide, short, stout form. That there is a sort of section of it on the bottom in the back that he reaches around, and like when he grabs the handle, it detaches and makes up about the bottom third of the backpack that he's wearing. And then folds open into the weapon that he uses. And when the fight's over, he's sort of like blowing on it and whatnot to try to get it to cool down. Oh right, I gotta get my my thing here.
At this point, the wind wall is down, right?
Who knows?
How long does a wind wall last for?
Probably a minute.
Considering I'm over here across where the windfall would be, or the wind wall would be, I think the wind wall would have been dropped. Otherwise, I would have been able to pass it.
It's true.
No idea.
I believe we're just gonna say yeah. We're just gonna say that it's gone down. But yeah, after the gun cools down and he sort of like swings it back under and it reattaches itself to his pack, he kind of takes his survey of the destruction around him, the devastation that has been wrought by your party's ridiculous abilities, and sort of like examining from a distance Keeper's like big buff spectral arms that are coming out of his shoulders.
I also have a spectral mask in front of my face.
That's right. Yeah, you got like the astral face.
Yeah.
He kind of like gives you an appraising look about that from the distance, as well as looking over towards the Grung. Floop, our druid healer, gives like a stern like a nod of approval towards her for doing a good job.
I point off towards the direction of the asshole that left.
You mean the hole in the forest that I made with Moon?
Yeah. We're going after him. We are going after him.
Are we?
Yes.
All right. Zax puts his fingers in his mouth and blows a whistle at his mecha mount, Azzy. And as it comes over to him, he's gonna put down his goggles, flick them, and cast Detect Magic.
Ooh.
You can sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic. You can learn its school of magic, if any. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, an inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt. As you sort of like flick the goggles down and activate this spell, your goggles like turn on, and you're seeing the magical auras and items and things coming off of your fellow adventurers, but at least within 30 feet of you from where you're standing, you're not seeing anything.
So I hop onto my mecha mount, and I start heading in the direction that I thought he was going in, which was probably directly away from us.
Yeah, southeast.
Past the fire.
Yeah. Oh, so this is good. Does everybody else follow along?
Yeah.
Are-
I guess.
So, Isis kind of pipes up. Just, are we sure about this? I mean, I figured that we would just deal with him if he showed his face again. Are we sure we want to go right for him?
Yes.
I'm all for chasing down the Grumbolgi. What about you?
Floop is packing up back her stuff on her back, and she just looks at Cyaces. Well, he did become a pain in our ass, and we don't guarantee that we will be at full capacity next time we meet him, so we better get rid of him since we still have a lot of energy left. And I don't like him.
Alright. Zax calls back. Should we be running? Running now? Yes? No?
Should I give chase?
Sices kind of
Should you
takes a
get-
moment and
We should
then
stay together.
nods.
Aye, it'd be wise if we stayed in a group. Don't want to get picked off one by one in case there's more of these guys in the woods.
You are very clearly much faster than all of us. You're gonna stay with us.
Do not run away like that.
We can't
Um,
guarantee your safety if you run off ahead, and if you get attacked while you're twice as far away as where we started, then again we can't help you.
If I get attacked, I can run. Nothing can catch me.
He did vanish before he ran, so there's a good chance wherever he is, he's not visible, but he should still be leaving tracks. Any of you good trackers?
Zax moves to the other side of the charred remains of the forest and looks.
Yeah, roll me survival. I'm gonna say if you're tracking him,
I
give
assist.
me-
I
there you go.
take the
Alright,
help
so roll with
action.
advantage.
Alright, survival with advantage. With advantage. Sorry.
Well,
Oh, no. Like, I hope if he dies, some necromancer resurrects him like, Tarmary, no! No, bad.
Bad Tonberry, no. Don't give the DM ideas.
Zax pulls back. I might need a hand!
I was
I have
helping
a
you.
question.
That was me giving you a hand.
Yeah, what's your question, Katie?
If I transform into a wolf, can I be able to smell tracks?
As a matter of fact, yes, because the wolves and dogs and some of the other creatures in the game, because I do play a druid elsewhere, so I do know that if you turn into a wolf, it will give you advantage on perception checks with regards to scent.
Yep.
Oh, I'm gonna become a floof.
Out. All right, you poof into a big old boofer. Starts
Barf.
sticking around.
So I just make a perception check.
Yeah. There you go, 22. Okay, so amidst the destruction that you guys are standing in here, just the almost comical amount of devastation that you guys are standing about, you do manage to sort of sift through like the ashes and the charred bodies and the snow falling on the woods, the napalm and the weird accelerants that were mixed into the bad pipes, and do catch the scent of one more person heading to the south and east.
DM question.
Yeah, what's up?
I believe last session, perhaps out of game, we had a conversation about Sices knows where his base is, doesn't she?
You definitely have an approximate idea as to where it's going to be on the map.
Yeah.
You guys, you do get the idea that if you get into that area, because you don't have an exact location, but you do
Yeah.
have a very, very close to exact location as to where it is located. That information gleaned from you by a previous party member who ate someone's brains and then saw the location of their home and sort of reiterated that to you as quickly as they could before those memories faded.
Yeah. I'll miss her.
I do too.
Yeah.
But c'est la vie. Sorry,
Yeah.
really quickly, I'm just making an adjustment here to the stream. I know people could see that and they're like, hey, what the fuck?
What is this?
Yeah, I'm just making an adjustment here. Here we go. And we're gonna go 400 by 400. And we're gonna say good. And we're gonna cram that down into there. There we go. There. So now, if I say test. Oh yeah. So that sucks. What about... No.
What'd you do?
Nope.
You screwed it up.
Ah, you goofed it.
Goobered it all up.
You goobered it all up.
Yeah, for some reason, changing the theme of it doesn't, yeah, I could swear that I put the appropriate, like, chat tech and stuff like that into the thing, so that people could see their chat and whatnot, but it appears as though I only did that in my, tech-based thing here.
Whoopsie.
And no matter what I do to change it, the theme doesn't change anything. It always remains exactly the same, even if I change the... Like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, and the text color is supposed to be different, and that's not supposed to be correct. Good for you, Streamlabs, for being a great big bucket of shit at all times.
Uh-oh, Streamlabs do a little fucky wucky.
That is the thing. Like, for real. Yeah, it doesn't fucking work. I'll have to fix it later, so I'll just, for now... You know what? No, I'm not gonna...
Shaskar, what were you doing to your tokens?
Around?
There we go. Browser source.
What are you doing?
So now if I come here and I say test, is it... You should be able to see it. Come on.
Are you doing this thing?
Yeah, now it works. Cool. Whatever.
Neat burrito.
Love it. So cool.
Alright.
Alright. So we'll bring that over here. Thank you, everybody. Sorry again for the delay.
Appreciate y'all.
Huh? Except it doesn't work there. Whatever. Forget it. And
Fuck it.
all of a sudden, I don't care anymore about any of it. I give up.
We
All
fix
right,
it for
cool.
next time.
I'll fix it for next time. I'll try to figure out what the magic fucking dance I have to do is in order to get this shit to quit shitting the bed. Though, not fucking likely. Whatever. Anyway,
So, okay, so Sayasi speaks up.
mhm.
I think I have a good idea as to where his base is.
I look to Siaces.
Floop, as a wolf, just scuttles towards the scent and barks.
Boof.
Bork, bork, bork.
Morph!
I'd have a map on me, right?
Yeah, we've got a map.
Yeah.
Yes, we do indeed have a world map. We can move back to that real quick.
Cool.
Zorp.
So Sayasi's kind of like motions everybody to gather kind of around the map so she can point out where
I look at the map.
approximately it would be.
Mm-hmm.
And I, Cassie, do not know where on the map it is, so please DM help.
Siaces points
So
to
the
where it
last
is.
time that you encountered him was actually just over here, north of that ruined village that you guys had run into him just before. Now, as you guys are over in this area, but when the last time that you guys engaged him, you found out that their fortress was actually a gathering
it's
place in
that
the woods, just in the
This.
middle.
Can we
So
tell
Siaces
how?
points
If
to
you
right
guys
there.
head due east through the woods, then you could easily make it there in about a day or so.
I
But
point.
do we want to cut him off?
I point to the map right here and ask, "What is this?"
Do I have an answer for that?
You don't have an answer for that per se. Actually, no, you
I look
do.
to the dwarf,
that
too.
That is some of that is one of the orcish settlements you guys had found in the monstrous wastes.
Hmm.
It's not
I
the one
relay
we
that
found on
information.
this journey, right?
Yes.
Because that was over here somewhere.
It's a contingent of the same group.
Okay.
So it's like it's a southern sort of like near to the forest area. The B team definitely knows them. But it's yeah.
All right.
Well, do we Do we want to go to the fortress, or do we want to try and head them off?
Do we know that where are the
Um,
tracks going? Where are the tracks leading? I look to Floop. Wolf Floop.
Who's a wolf?
Floop, being a wolf, sniffing around on the ground, can see that the tracks are heading out to like an eastern by southeastern direction.
Southeastern.
Yeah, as people were not paying attention to her for a while, she stopped rubbing her butt on the ground. Perks on
Love
her
it.
paws and just points like a dog towards the direction, like a pointer dog.
Alright, let's just follow the scent for now. And if we can go in a more northern direction while still kind of following in the direction of the scent, we should be able to head them off if they're going back to their encampment.
Whatever it is we decide to do, it's likely best if we stay as unnoticed as possible.
Fantastic.
I will endeavor to move at a pace you can reasonably obtain.
Zax will grab the one intact flaming bagpipes, making sure that it is out and it is not going to explode.
The last remaining set of bad pipes that you managed to get your hands on there is still functional. It's still there. Still works relatively. Should be fine. So yeah, you like throw it in your inventory.
I'll throw it in the spider's inventory.
Oh no, that's right. Hold on. So the one set of bagpipes that got like thrown and detonated. The other set was caught in a blast. Though right, we did roll, and the set of bagpipes didn't like explode, so he's still fine. It's still intact, though it is damaged. So yeah, put that in your inventory. A damaged set of bad pipes.
Will do.
So yeah, we
Okay.
loosely follow the trail, but also northward.
And I am keeping an eye out with my detect magic.
Excellent.
For like the duration,
Yeah, which
up
Yeah.
to 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
All right.
Okay. All right. Now, as you guys are heading off and moving in that direction, you have the one wolf that's with you that at your level will be able to sort of maintain their form for, if you're 6th level, then it should be for 3 hours, I believe.
Let me see real quick.
Your shapeshift.
Yeah, 3 hours.
Okay. All right. So then you guys are tracking for 3 hours, especially with a perception of 22. You do catch a hold of his scent, and as you guys make your dash through the woods there, I'm going to say, everybody, roll me a survival check.
Boo.
If he is invisible, I would sense the magic. I don't have to see it, but I would sense it if he ever got within 30 feet of us.
That's correct, yes. If he ever gets within 30 feet of you and he does have an active spell on him, then you will be able to not only sense him, but visually you'll be able to see him as well. Or at least see an
Borf.
aura coming off of where he is. Borf, 21. So as you guys are making your way through the woods, we need one more from Keeper.
Sorry, what
Survival.
What is it? Yeah, survival check. Right, my bad. Survival. There we go.
There we go. Okay, so it's hard running through the woods, off the beaten paths and whatnot. Floop, though, in your wolven form, you're able to move like easy peasy lemon breezy. Like it's not a problem whatsoever for you to make this distance. Other people, though, not having as good a time. So you guys are moving a little slower, but that is okay. With the last one, of course, being our boy Garrick. 20. Wow. Okay, so he's fucking stamping on every plant he can find as he runs through the woods. Angrily stomping on branches and leaves and things as he goes. And eventually, you guys do make your way, tracking the one Bromonubs who's actually visible sort of in the bottom corner of the picture there for the folks at home. That's the guy that we're after. Yeah.
That shit-eating smile of
This
his.
fucking guy.
And then he's like, poof. So, like, poof.
I will add something.
Hmm.
Since we are not going as fast as Floop is able to, sometimes she will go a bit ahead and take the time to mark her territory like a wolf. So if they need to go back and don't remember, she will be able to smell herself.
Okay. So for the 3 hours that you guys are traveling, you do end up, eventually you run out of your transformation. The sort of wild shape exhausts, and you form back into a grung hopping through the woods. Now, do you continue using this form, or do you wait until you guys are potentially closer to the base?
I will wait until we're a bit closer, because I don't want to exert myself just getting there.
Okay.
So she will reuse her wolf form when we get a bit closer.
Okay. All right. So it does, as you guys are traveling, it does end up getting a bit dark as you're going along because you're not moving nearly as fast. You wager that, I mean, depending on the speed that you guys are making, but like moving through the brush in the dark is going to be a hard time. You guys are going to be moving pretty slow, but do you guys want to stop and make camp, or did you want to press on through the night?
Vrail would probably want to press on, though see the tactical advantage of getting a night's sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reluctantly.
I will say I can make one proposition.
Mm.
I have the ability to give dark vision to people through a spell. But I can do it only 3 times. So that would mean that I give the spell 3 times, and then after I need to plop into my bucket and rest for the rest of the travel.
Okay.
This is something that I can do.
Okay.
Already seen it.
Yeah, of everybody that's there, I believe only 2 of you can see in the dark. One of whom is Garrick.
I believe I can see in the dark.
Do you have dark vision?
I believe so. Yep, dark vision. Up to 60 feet, and when I activate the Visage of the Astral Self, I can see in non-magical darkness up to 120 feet.
I also have dark vision.
Oh, it's not in your character's features.
I literally just
Area.
looked it back up, and it should be in my features.
Yeah, because looking at your sheet there, Keeper, didn't see it in the features thing, but that's okay. You can go to the compendium and type in like dark vision, drag and drop it on your character.
It's in bio, I have it in my bio section
Oh,
under
okay.
additional features and traits.
All right, just remind me. Remind me if we do end up on a map and it's dark, then I can adjust your tokens accordingly. Because the way that this works is I'd have to adjust your token, and then on your sheet delete your token, and then resave it with the adjustments that I've made, just so that it works.
Yeah, I only have like in my features and traits on like the main part of my sheet. I only have put the features and traits that I actually might need to like click and link in chat. Anything
Okay,
else, it's like I'm never gonna need to like link dark vision, so I have it set in additional features and traits in the bio section.
that is fair. I did not check there, and that is on me.
It's just for the ease of keeping my page reasonably.
Yeah,
There. I
Managed.
put mine in. I should have put it in before, but
that's okay. We'll get to it when we get to it. Let's get into that. There we go. A little bit of forest. A little bit of forest ambience. As you guys continue to travel, I think I said it is getting dark, and the decision was potentially made to slow down for the evening and to get a night's rest.
yeah.
It would be nice to get those fourth level spell slots back.
Mm-hmm.
Garrett gives a stern nod and goes, "Aye, we've already dealt with most of his men. All we have to do is follow him home. Doesn't need to be swift, but it does need to happen."
Yeah. Then honestly, if like we should change our plan. If we have to spend the night, we might not be able to cut him off, so we might as well go directly there.
Aye.
Okay.
All right. Do you guys build a fire or anything like that?
Yeah. I'm gonna want one.
Okay.
Zach will gather some wood, and with the help of his little homunculus, we'll fly around gathering some dry leaf because it actually flies. Just
does work.
just an arm with like a little mount on it, floating around, picking up like sticks and stuff. Gather some wood, and then was going to help ignite them, but N does that herself.
Produce flame.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get that shit lit the fuck up. A nice crackling fire gets lit for you guys.
I get
And,
kind of near it because I need the heat.
Oh hell yeah!
I'm a lizard.
Right.
I don't make my
here.
own.
Get yourself a nice crackly fire.
Oh, fancy.
So yeah, you guys settle in for the evening. It is quite comfortable where you guys are as you guys get sort of settled in. You do see on occasion, as you guys have sat down, that once again, Garrick sort of like plots himself down sort of a medium distance from the fire, removes his pack, takes out a small sort of like sheet of metal that's about an inch or two thick and about like 4 to 6 inches on either other side, and starts to chisel into it with a set of tools.
Zax will get out some rations to snack on.
Same.
At
So
some
Ices
point-
makes a blueberry or oatmeal raisin muffin.
as you make the oatmeal raisin muffin, and it makes that funny like ding as it opens, and the beautiful scent wafts into the air of the oatmeal raisin muffin. Garrick will sort of like wind a crank on the back of his backpack, and what is effectively like a small toaster will pop, and a little toasted biscuit comes out the side, and he takes it and he goes, "I'll trade you."
Oh, yeah, sure.
He like sort of like doesn't get up, but like scoots his butt in your direction, with like one hand holding the biscuit and the other hand doing like a grabby.
Sure. Cyaces happily gives up the muffin for the biscuit.
And as he takes the muffin, he quickly like sort of jams it under his large bulbous nose, gives it a sniff as he turns it over a few times, and then starts to munch into it before looking up at you and goes, "Really, you've got the better deal of the two of us. You know, your dwarven bread is very nutritious."
I mean, Cyaces, bites into it and just kind of takes her time nibbling away at it.
As he gets almost to the end of his muffin before he looks back over to you, eating the bit of dwarven bread, and he goes, "Wait, you eat?"
I may. I do not have to, but I can, and I do enjoy it from time to time.
Well, I'll take it as a sign of respect, then, that you enjoy the bread, even though it's not necessary.
Cyaces just, nods and continues to nibble away at it.
There is an almost absurd amount of crumbs in his huge beard. You're curious if there's any muffin made it into his mouth at all. Thank you, Shane, for the hydrate.
It's his flavor saver.
I pop my day's ration into my mouth and swallow it. Because,
the meat, yes.
Because I'm a snake.
Yeah.
You don't.
I don't chew.
Zax will, like, after he's finished eating, take a look at the set of bagpipes and ensure that there's no, like, structural instability and to make sure it's going to be completely inert and not volatile.
With that, I'm gonna say, oh, good berry. Thank you. You pass those out?
In fact, I was just pointing out that the good berries provides enough nourishment to sustain a creature for 1 day, and we used it like less than 3 hours ago. So anyone that was healed by the berry don't need to eat a ration.
They don't have to, but they're probably gonna.
I did.
Also, just really quickly before we get to identifying the things, we've reached our goal in terms of our things. So thank you. 3, 2, 1, liftoff. We got boosted on this stream.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you so much, everybody. My goodness. Thank you for giving us all those volts to get this channel boosted up.
Boost.
We got that channel boost, so it should be a little more visible on the website. So that's cool.
This deserves an anime wow.
Just don't forget to take those jumpers as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as you're sort of turning over the set of bad pipes, what skill are you going to use to give them an inspection?
I would be probably poking around them with my Tinker's tools.
Okay. Are you just trying to see if they're functional?
No. I'm trying to make sure that it's not going to like explode on its own, or to make sure that it's not leaking or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to fix it to make it into a working condition. I'm mostly trying to make sure it's not in a working condition, but also not going to explode right behind
That
you.
it's inert.
Yes.
At the very least, yeah. Looking them over, roll me an investigation with proficiency if you don't already have it.
I will click it on and then.
Because you're using your tools. 25. Oh my goodness. Okay, good. So, like, working in Par's shop, like, you definitely have come across objects like this. You've even seen a pair of these awful things before that got brought in by one of the other parties to be repaired. Actually, previous members of the A-Team, Marvis the Minotaur, brought in a pair of these things and gave them to some of the goblins, which then ended up in Piffle's hands and then ended up at Par's place, where you were. Sort of, the 6 degrees of separation, more or less. And as looking them over, you can tell that the blast definitely knocked loose some of the internal mechanisms that separated the building pressure of blowing into the bagpipes to play from the building pressure of blowing into the bagpipes to build pressure to launch fire out of the tubes instead. So like one of the mechanisms is definitely busted. You do see that because of this, if someone were to attempt to play them, they would explode. And there is enough accelerant still present within them to be a problem. With a 25, I would say using your tools, you do have the ability to extract the accelerant from the device.
I'm not going to, because now an idea is formulating in my
Oh
head.
no.
You gonna try to
Yeah,
trick one of these
Zach's-
assholes into playing their
You might.
Quite possibly. But I will relay to the group. Hey, I'm pretty sure that if anybody plays this right here, it will, in its current condition, explode.
Yeah, I would suggest keeping that away from the fire.
No, and
Yeah.
Zax has been pointedly making sure because he's run across these things. before.
As long as you have that on your person, stay away from this fire.
Don't. I'm not bringing it anywhere near anything combustible. But a thought occurred to me. They use these things. I might be able to slip this thing into their camp.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that they would be dumb enough to try and use a quite damaged instrument?
Does it look like it's damaged?
It looks like it's seen some tear. The blast definitely singed some of the ropes and stuff like that put it together, but I mean, like, you're not sure if it didn't already look like this.
To be fair, these things looked kind of a mess before, like, while we were fighting them.
If you believe that you can convince somebody to use it, then by all means.
At the very least, it would make for something we could throw and have explode.
Easily.
So I'm gonna not make it unexplodey yet.
And he just... Garrick is like, so it explodes if you blow on it.
No. You gotta blow into it to try and get it to shoot fire.
Is that not always what it does?
No. This is kind of a combination of like something that like I can do, and he'll like Zax will snap his finger and launch a firebolt into the fire. From his glove.
Stop it? You are right next to it.
I'm not next to the fire.
You just threw fire into the fire pit from right next to the instrument. Don't
Garrick
do it.
Very unsuspiciously scoots away from you with his backpack. Like, trying to put some amount of distance between the two of you.
Regardless,
Luke is pretty happy to be in a water bucket right now.
Yeah.
It's a combination of like what I do with my glove here and a musical instrument. So like the musical instrument part and like the flamethrowy part are kind of integrated but kind of still separate.
If I have to throw
magic?
that thing out into the woods
No.
somewhere, I will.
Well, why don't we throw it up against their fortress and then blow it up?
Yeah, well, if it doesn't blow up on the way there,
I'm not gonna put it near the fire.
It's fine.
Everything's fine. Can we mod it so it sounds like a saxaboom?
I-
That was out of character.
Fuck's a saxaboom.
Oh man. Okay. If you don't.
You have a video to send me.
Oh, I do. Oh my goodness. If you've never seen this, Doc, you are in for a.
I don't know what a
You are,
saxaboom is.
you are in
Um,
for a treat, sir.
All right. Garrick gets up and sort of like cautiously walks over to where Zax is, and sort of like, you know, taps the side of his helmet again, and like one of the little lenses pops down so that he can have a closer look, folding his hands very specifically behind his back, so that he's not sort of getting close to or touching the object in question. He leans over the bagpipes. He goes, so these are an instrument, and it shoots fire then, eh?
Yeah, the instrument itself typically doesn't shoot fire, but this is like a special kind of it.
How did these end up in the hands of the Grumbolgi?
Beats me.
Halflings don't have this kind of equipment. Can I have a look?
As long as we keep it away from the fire, right? 10.
Oh no,
Gingerly.
please. Continue.
Garrick returns to his pack and pulls from it a series of tools, one of which is a set of tongs that he uses to sort of gingerly grasp the bad pipes and then walk away from the fire a little ways, setting it down on the ground and then sort of activating a directional lantern that he has, very small, almost a handheld one, that he sort of uses to inspect the pipes a distance away from the party.
Yeah, Zax will, when dealing with explosive things, usually has his shield on his arm and is half protecting himself with it.
After a bit, it takes about maybe 10 to 20 minutes, but after a little while, he goes, "Ah, bugger." And he looks back over towards you. It would appear as though these pipes were made by the Engineering Guild.
Fantastic.
Okay, well then that means one of two things are happening. Either they're buying them from them, or
They
they're
stole
being
them.
stolen.
Right. And he picks them up again with his tongs and walks back over and puts them next to Zax and goes back over to his pack. I didn't see a stamp on it, so I don't know who made it specifically. But there is the mark of the Engineers Guild there. I recognize the craftsmanship. Don't know who'd be crazy enough Wazik to build this trash.
Seems far too dangerous.
Very much so. All things to settle tomorrow. And then with a hearty thud, he flops over and is almost immediately asleep.
Can sleep anywhere.
That's mood.
And Zax will make sure the bagpipes, the bad pipes rather, are set aside so that if they do go off, they're not going to hit anybody close to any. They're not going to hit anybody with their explosion.
You place them in like a cautious distance in like an area that's definitely not only away from the party, but also away from like any dry brush that would be immediately close to you guys, so that if they do go off, it's not going to kill anyone and it's not going to start a lot of fires. How do you guys do watch for the night?
I'll take the first watch.
Well, if we are only, if we only need to be like resting for 8 hours, I think just Sizes and me and Keeper can cover an 8-hour shift. It's just
Yeah.
the two of us.
Between the two of us, we can.
I'm gonna be up for the next hour anyway. I'm too angry.
Mad.
I'm too mad.
Zax will tap the homunculus, which is that's like sitting back on his shoulders, and say, "You keep an eye out too." Kind of props up and kind of like looks around like a periscope.
Yeah. And unless spoken to, Vrail just stays quiet until she passes out.
Slowly, the evening gives way to the next morning as you guys find yourselves in the woods there.
Oh no, I'm so
There you
used
go,
to a
let's-
long rest button.
Yeah. You guys may give yourselves a long rest. Whatever it is you get back from a long rest, you may add to yourselves. I know Foundry definitely has like a button you can press that's
It just
like
resets
long
everything.
rest time, and you get like there's a lot of quality of life improvements on Foundry that's definitely got me interested.
Ooh.
Faux show. Man. So you do manage to get your hands on what you get your hands on there, and you get yourselves each a long rest. As you guys wake up in the morning, you see that that Garrick is not only eating himself another piece of toast, but as he's sort of munching on it, he continues to carve into this this plate of metal that he has with him. And then we'll go over here and we'll put this bad boy back on.
So Cyaces kind of looks over a little bit curious and asks Garrick, what is that you're looking, or what is that you're working on over there?
With a look that is somehow a mixture between pride and stubbornness. He he gazes up at you and says, "Our people carry around tablets and books where we keep markings of the wrongs done against us. Our king holds a great book with every grudge held out against the Dowie across our kingdom, across history. The Damazkron, the great book of grudges. Ever since I was exiled, I've been making my own. All grudges meted out against myself I record, and when they're done, I strike them off." And you can see there is, in a dialect you don't recognize, there's a number of things written onto the plate that have been crossed off with large, aggressive strikes into the metal. He appears to be writing a new one.
Oh boy.
Oh my god, stretch up posture check. Thank you. Thank you, Blantier.
Yeah, honestly, that's fair.
Zax will shake himself awake and check to make sure that his the cloak of elvenkind that he's made himself is functioning correctly. Watching the colors shift.
Yeah.
Floop will eventually wake up suddenly, exclaiming, "Floosh, don't touch that!" Oh.
I
Just
wake up
wakes
pretty
having
early.
nightmares of your younger cousin.
Having troubles again, yes.
Getting all food stuck to his hands.
No, I'm screwing it up.
Well, I did.
Yeah, that was it.
I'm blowing it.
All
Just
right.
collapses her bucket and gets ready for the rest of the day.
Okay. So yeah, as you guys get yourselves set up, get yourself re-equipped and everything, rested and proper, you again begin making your way east through the woods. Roll for me some survival. Everybody.
Yeah, sure.
Woo-wee. Whoa!
Blam, blam, blam. Blam.
Blam.
like that meme of the girl being like, like disgusted, interested, disgusted. Yeah. So, oh yeah,
And easy trail.
Of, there we go.
Blam.
So yeah, everybody's doing well. Like Zach's riding on top of the mount makes it really easy, especially now that like you guys are sort of refreshed and rested now and a little more acclimated to a lot of the brush in the woods. Your
And
spider
easy trail.
mount is End Easy Trail. Do you still have that? Yes, you do.
Yep.
I did say that was a thing you could keep. Because that was the thing you had before. So yeah, casting Easy Trail makes it so that a lot of the brush and everything sort of parts from you, and you're able to continue
40
on
feet
your way.
in all directions.
Yeah. So you guys start making good progress, and especially now with these sort of roles of survival, everybody's definitely beat the DC, and you guys are moving at a good pace, making your way through the woods, almost like speed walking, almost jogging, to keep along.
I walk at 35 feet.
Nice.
Well,
Keeper
slither.
walks very slowly at the same speed as everybody else.
Yeah.
The one downside of being a fast person is not everyone in your party is a fast person.
Yeah.
I think I'm one of the best.
That's
Actually,
true. Actually, yeah. Because
what's-
you're the small creature, you might be pretty slow.
If Floop seems to be lagging behind, I'll just pick up the bucket that tell her to hop in.
Cute.
Well, okay, she's gonna accept the snake mobile.
Yeah. I'm holding the bucket in my shield arm. Because
Yeah,
I
that
definitely
lets
still
you
have my
guys-
fucking scimitar out.
Oh yeah. That lets you go holding her in like one arm as you go.
Well, if it's got little
sword in
handles
one
on it,
arm,
then
little flute purse in the other.
Someone is going to throw me someday with the bucket. I'm pretty sure of it.
Hell yeah.
well, if I throw
Uh,
you, you can turn into a freaking elephant at the end.
That is
Oh
true.
dang, that's smart.
I'm not good
One
at much,
day.
but I'm good at battle tactics.
Braille has now got a bucket of frog.
I do have a bucket of frog, and it's poisonous to the touch.
Oh
yeah.
snap. You're right.
Poisonous bucket of frog friend.
Mm-hmm.
Shaped like a friend. That does let you guys pick up the pace quite a bit. Though the slowest member of your party is now at this point Garrick, and he is trudging along with his equipment, huffing and puffing to keep up. He's definitely like putting in a lot more steam in order to keep up with the rest of the party, so that he's not moving slow. Like he's dashing a little bit as he's going along. Let's see.
And like I'm keeping an
how-
eye on the party as well. Like though I'm kind of near, though I'm near the front of the
Yeah, he's doing
group,
okay.
I'm still just like looking back and making sure everybody's not being ambushed.
Zax will note Garrick struggling a little bit, and say, "Hey, climb up here. Let's see if Azzy can carry us both."
He's for the first bit, if anybody's like looks at him as he's like huffing as he's running along, he's just like, we dwarves are wasted along with
And he pretends
are
not to
natural
be
sprinters.
just fucking sweating bullets.
Yeah. And then as you offer him a ride on the spider, he sort of furrows his brow a little bit and he goes, "Only if Azzy says it's good."
Zax pats at Azzy and say, "How about it? You good?"
It does a little nod to you. What is Azzy's max carrying capacity?
This mount can carry up to 225 pounds in addition to its rider, without incurring encumbrance.
All right. So he. Oh God.
I don't know. Dwarves are
have a-
thick boys,
Yeah,
but they
dwarves
also
are thick
he's
boys.
also carrying a bunch of stuff.
He's carrying a ton of shit. Like not a lot. Okay, yeah, he manages to get up there. He's scrambling a little bit, even if it like gets down. He's a squat fellow, so it takes him a bit of work to sort of get up and try to sit on like the butt end of the back of it, sort of straddling the area between the car where you're sitting and like the thorax. Am I correct? Is that the right word? The butt of the spider.
Spider butt.
Spider
I think,
butt?
Yeah. Correct.
Abdomen.
Yeah, abdomen I think is like the mid. I don't know.
Abdomen is the butt.
Abdomen's the butt.
Abdomen's the butt. Yeah, so between the thorax and the butt, he kind of like straddles that area just behind you. As he climbs up, the spider mount groans a little bit under the weight, but is just able to maintain its additional movement and
Nice.
continue going along to the direction in which you guys are going. Every now and then, though, as you sort of make your way over a downed log or a stump or around a bush or something, Garrick makes like sort of a noise and protest and grumbles to himself.
Now Siaces is the slowest.
Yeah. So the movement speed for Azzy is 40 feet.
Nice.
I'm
And I believe
35.
Then Sices just has a normal 30-foot movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do if I get to do my ghosty thing and float instead of walk, does it make it any faster for me?
You do float still at 30 feet, but like that does appear to take the same amount of sort of strain on yourself as just walking,
Sure.
because it is just moving your body around. as you don't necessarily have muscles or bones or tendons and things like that. It is just sort of your consciousness that endures in the material plane that animates your body, and it requires the same amount of strain throughout the day, regardless. So, so like floating does make it at the very least easier to get over some of the terrain. Yeah, just gotta watch out for low-hanging branches and awkwardly shaped bushes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dwarf altogether is just under 200 pounds worth of gear.
Sweet.
Yay.
All right. So we continue.
So you guys continue trudging through the woods. Some of you on mounts, some of you slithering along, some of you being carried in adorable little bucket purses. And eventually, you do make your way to an area in the edge of the woods. Now, who is keeping an eye out? Is there anybody that is doing perception as you guys are going along? You have a passive 20.
I have a passive
did you
18
wanna-
now.
You have a passive 18 now, that's correct. Keeper, though, absolutely knocking that shit out of the water. 22.
But as I said,
15.
because I said that I was looking out, that's more of an active thing, so I will roll it.
Yeah, go for it.
Wow.
Oh. Riprinos.
I'm just blinded with rage right now.
Zach,
You are feeling a mixture of rage and also like a strange maternal thing is coming over you as you're carrying an adorable frog in a bucket.
Yellow Mom is cheesed.
Zax will be concentrating on driving the mount, so he won't roll.
It's not against my character at all, actually.
Yeah. gonna make this with disadvantage. Okay, so yeah, Garrick is doing the best that he can to keep an eye out from the top of this thing as he flops it unceremoniously back and forth as it makes its way along, because where he's sitting is not an additional mount, so he's having a little bit of trouble back there. But with a 24, as you guys are coming along, Keeper, you definitely see it first. Nearing about, I'm going to say about 3 or 4 in the afternoon, you do see, just like in between some branches, you see a small waft of smoke.
Keeper will point in the direction of the smoke.
I look towards
see something.
where he's pointing.
Yeah, you see
Signal.
just, if you're standing just in the right location, just where he was, like right through the branches at a good distance, you see there's a little bit of smoke coming out. Appears to be from a few different things. With a 24 in perception, I'm going to also tell you that like you and also Floop from the bucket, you can see that this isn't necessarily signal smoke or smoke from like a devastation. This is like your standard amount of smoke that comes out of a dwelling.
Out of dwelling. Okay.
When Floop sees the smoke, she will get off the bucket, become a wolf again, and start to track the scent again to confirm that this is the place.
I'm not gonna keep your bucket with me, so it's with you as you transform, so that it goes right into the wolf. I don't want
jumps
this.
out, turns it, holding the bucket like, motherfucker, I am not. Do not carry your shit. Yeah, the bucket transforms with you as you change back into the wolf. Roll me a survival with advantage. Either survival or perception, your choice. With advantage.
I'm taking your fucking.
Nice.
Yeah, you hop out, transform with like a poof back into the wolf, start sniffing around on the ground, and immediately you pick up the scent of Bromo Nubs. It's fresh. He just came through here not more than maybe 2 hours ago.
Floopy Floop perks her head up after getting the scent and starts to growl and struggles towards it.
Zax will hop out of his spider mount and throw up his hood.
I hold an action.
What action are you holding?
I am waiting to attack somebody that attacks us.
Okay, that's fair. So from where you guys are, you can still like see a little bit through the trees that bit of smoke there, that small clue of civilization just ahead of you. And Floop, you are getting that scent. And you're holding your action. What's everybody doing in this situation here?
Ooh, I can do a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think I can. Hang on. Let me double check on that. Hang on a second here.
Things are all nice.
Things.
Boop-a-doop-boop-boop-beep-a-doop-a-doop. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's a thing. That is a thing I think I can do. Let's do it. So we can see the. How far are we from the base, roughly?
From where you're seeing the smoke there, you're a couple 100 yards from where it is.
Okay. Oh, and what's the range on this? I didn't even check. Let's do it again. Range.
I'll fucking do it again.
And I'll do it again.
Oh, range 1 mile, you say?
Oh God, what are you doing?
Oh,
Do it.
okay.
I don't know what it is.
It's not.
But
It's
do
not. It's not. It's not that impressive. Sciences is going to cast clairvoyance.
Oh.
Just to
Link
kinda...
that in the chat for me so I can see what that's about.
Weep. There you go.
Oh my God. Okay, so a point in range in a location familiar to you, or in an obvious location that is unfamiliar to you. So you're like the town that's up there, or whatever it is through the woods in that direction. Focus. Okay, so a focus worth at least 100 GP, either a jeweled horn for hearing or a glass eye for seeing, is a component for it. Concentrates up to 10 minutes. You create an invisible sensor within the range of a location familiar to you, a place you have visited or seen before, or an obvious location, etc. The sensor remains in place for the duration and can't be attacked or otherwise interacted with. When you cast the spell, you choose either seeing or hearing, and you can use the chosen sense through the sensors if you were in its space. As your action, you can switch between seeing and hearing. A creature that can see the sensors, such as a creature benefiting from invisibility or true sight or something like that.
See invisibility or true sight.
Yeah, see invisibility. Yeah, sees a luminous, intangible orb around the size of your fist. But yeah, otherwise it's an invisible sensor. So, you got a glass eye, didn't you?
Yeah, I remember us getting a glass eye.
That was one of the things you got from Shaman. Is that in your inventory?
It's not in mine. Unless, is it in mine? It wasn't given to me, right? Somebody else.
Was it possibly in
given that.
the like loot that we have? Don't we have like a? No, we don't have
You
a
guys got
junk
like
bag.
a loot thing. There isn't a loot list in your party at present.
Okay. Well, I can't make one, so. Yeah, I was under the impression that we found a glass eye. That might have been a different D&D campaign I'm in though.
No, I mean the glass eye sounds familiar. I don't remember
Yeah,
who
I
has it.
remember saying that we had a glass eye and we just had to make it see the East Coast.
Yeah, that was a thing that your boy wanted. A glass eye that has seen the eastern coast. He needs for magic and stuff. Shaman.
One who has the glass eye.
You have it? Floop has it?
Apparently Floop has it.
Okay.
But from my inventory, I'm going to give it to you.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
So there you go.
Right. So just to play that out, Sciaces says, Floop, that glass eye, may I borrow that?
Floop will transform back into a frog just to give her the eye.
Okay.
Yeah, because Floop was a wolf.
Yeah. Alright, cool. So we got it.
Borf.
Borf.
Borf. All right, so you take out the glass eye, Casting the spell takes about 10 minutes. Is there anything that anybody's doing in that time?
Zax is going to ritually cast Detect Magic.
I'm keeping an eye out for the party, like in case of ambush. Still
Keep
holding
it warm.
an attack.
I am readying an action, a spell for when we actually get into 120 feet of the place.
Okay. What's that spell you're readying? Find traps.
Ooh.
Ooh, good. Yeah.
My traps. Good idea.
Yeah, any trap within range that is within line of sight. It's a range of 120 feet, and it takes 1 action, and it's instantaneous. So, like, you do like a ping, and you can sense the traps and whatnot. But that's once you get within 120 feet. All right.
Can Keeper ready? Keeper will do some stretches and then also ready an action.
Ooh, what's that?
He will ready a dash action. With the trigger being if a trap is found.
Okay.
So if a trap is found, it'll trigger a dash action.
It's gonna...
Cool.
Oh, okay. I found a trap, and it's like, yeah, and then runs off
Runs
and like
off.
away from the woods. Like,
See ya.
see ya.
Well, it makes sense because if it's found, it might not be found consciously and blow up.
That's true. All right. So, are you looking to create the sensory eye, this invisible sensor, in the sort of the location that's through the trees ahead of you guys?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. As you cast the spell, the sensor takes root in a location, and your mind sort of like floods into it, and you're able to see through the eye and look around. Looking around in the space, you do see that there are a number of small huts out through the woods here. By their construction, you can definitely tell that they're huts at the very least for small people. You do see some more of the halfling thugs walking around, some of them carrying like chests, other ones carrying around like bags and whatnot, moving them from one room to another. There's a collection of small huts. There's a large hut and a small sort of pond in the area as well. Roll me a perception.
Where are you? Well, I almost clicked on persuasion. Weep.
Yes.
Fuck. All right, awesome. As your eye is sort of like scanning the space and looking around and whatnot, you do see from a wagon that got brought in that appears to not have any beast of burden attached to it any longer. At the very least, there's some damage to the side of it. They're unloading a few packets of things like grain and food, and then a small chest that is locked. That immediately one of them starts attempting to pick it open. Amidst all the hustle and bustle from this hideout, you do see, strangely enough, one of the halflings take a chest of valuables, walk into the lake, and disappear.
Huh. Siaces kind of speaks up and says, that's strange. I just watched one of the halflings picked up a chest and walked into the lake with it?
Yeah, you didn't come back up. Oh, Floop will be right back.
Sounds like illusion magic.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
he just walked down into the water and disappeared.
yeah, that the lake is an illusion, or they couldn't breathe underwater.
Did it look like the water was like rippling when they went in it?
It did.
I relay that.
Yeah, so it's more likely that they can breathe underwater, or they're taking it somewhere that isn't far from where they entered. So how are we going about this?
Well, we do have an explosive device.
How fortified is this place? Does it look? How fortified does it look, Sices?
DM.
Looking around at it, you'd say that
Like, are there walls?
there's about a dozen small huts mixed in and amongst the trees. There doesn't appear to be any walls, no palisades or anything like that around the outside of the buildings. And there's like a larger hut near the center of the collection. You can see from at least 2 or 3 of the huts that's where the smoke that you guys saw is coming out of. There's small dwellings, obviously. But yeah.
What are the
there doesn't
buildings
there doesn't
made of?
appear to be any palisades.
So yeah, that.
What are the
Yeah.
buildings made out of?
They are small wooden structures, thatch roofs.
Good.
So like, yeah,
Say there. Thatch roof
thatch roof
cottages.
cottages. Yes, yeah.
And
But wouldn't you know, you have a large, one could argue, dragon man with big beefy arms who could burnate all these thatch roof cottages.
how far away are we?
You're a couple hundred yards.
Okay.
You're
Yards or
also seeing
feet?
that, I say yards.
Okay.
Like it's like a short field from where you are. Like maybe a football field, maybe 2. Through the trees. Now, from where you are, though, observing, you can see that there is a few dozen halflings coming and going in between the huts, and some of them are definitely like there's like 1 or 2 of them that are actually keeping an eye out.
Do
I'm
they?
gonna say, you know what? Roll me insight. Sciences.
Boop.
You get the general feeling that these guys, like from the way that the buildings are set up, that they've been set up here for a while, that they haven't had to move this base for some time, and yeah, they've only got like 1 or 2 guards on duty. Like they're pretty confident that wherever they are, they're safe.
Do they look like they are armed and armored similarly to the people that ambushed us before?
You can see that they are indeed. There's a lot of them similarly, sort of like
Great.
carrying like brass knuckles, short swords, crossbows. You do see another of them walking around with a set of those fucking bagpipes. Yeah.
And Siaces, how many people do you see?
How many?
So fucking adorable. God damn it.
How many?
How many? Looking at them, you'd say somewhere between 2, maybe almost 2 dozen, maybe more.
So yeah, that many.
Just start flashing your fingers. This many.
This many.
I'm this many weeks old. Flap, flap,
Okay.
flap, flap, flap.
Then a full-on assault suddenly might not be a good idea.
Yeah.
Though they do seem to be relaxed in their guard, that's too many people to suddenly be on guard.
We could set the buildings on fire.
Oh, that was definitely the plan. I had every intention to grab that broken sack, throw it onto the main hut, and set it on fire.
I can set the roof on fire from like 120 feet.
Yes, but this is a bomb.
I agree.
Yes, and
That would leak down into it as well. That was the idea that I had. But it would kick off a fight instantly.
Just set one on fire and see how they react.
It would kick off instantly. I don't know if you know this,
So fucking bananas.
but I'm not all that stealthy,
No.
she says, glittering in gold and large-sized.
Zax points at himself. But I am.
And you aren't fast enough to get out of there.
I don't have to be. All I have to do is just fire it once, and then fade into the shadows like I was never there.
You don't think that these capable, stealthy fellows would be able to see you?
Well, I'm pretty sure this would help, and he kind of like ruffles out his cloak, which
Oh yeah, I've used that
changes
weird
colors.
cloak. Well,
Fucking weird cloak.
all right. Well, if that's what you are going to do, I'll keep that in mind for the overall tactics of the fight.
Doc, upon my observation, seeing the, all of the halflings that are milling about, they're all a bunch of rogues, right? Like, I don't see any people that I might, like, there aren't any, like, you know, little children.
Fucking
Like-
wizards or children or anything like that walking around? No.
Yeah, you know, like, people who, you know, innocents. People who are innocently just, like, trying to live their lives kind of situation.
Oh yeah, no, that's a very good point that
That's
you
what I
raised.
was asking about the arms and armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, of everyone that you can see here, none of them look like they are just family people. None of them are children. None of them appear to be anyone that's not a fucking thief.
Cool, alright.
Keeper,
Yes.
I have a job for you. Because the leader of this group seems completely dismissive of the rest of his people, considering the conversation he had with us, and that he keeps having parties of his killed to random passersby and not caring. Your job is to find him and try and pin him down.
You will not escape me again.
I believe you.
What if we actually just demand him?
They're probably paid well enough to not go along with that. I am planning for every individual in that encampment to try and fight us.
We could still make the attempt, considering if they give us him, we will leave all of them, as well as all of his belongings.
What makes you believe that they would go along with that?
Because he's already gotten. He turns to Sices. How many people has he gotten killed?
Diocese just kind of sighs. It's just-
Size, size.
Yeah, I mean, yup. It's in her name. She sighs and she shakes her head and she says, likely far more than any that I have encountered with him.
Sciences. But yeah, like,
He keeps coming back out and coming back alone.
And they, I'm sure, have noticed that as well. And yet they're still there. Which means either they're paid off incredibly well, or they are far too dedicated to him otherwise.
Or incredibly stupid.
All of that. Which means they're
desperate.
definitely not going to agree with us.
It's a thought.
Flip is gonna turn to Siaces and ask, can you see how many people have these very dangerous pipe bags?
Sorry, say that again?
Can you see if you can find a few people that carries the pipe bag? Because I don't want to get my ass burned as we rush in.
The bad pipe.
Oh, the bad pipers. Yeah. Do I see any? I do see some, right? Can I kind of?
you did see one of them walking around with a set of bad pipes. And you could see him sort of like he's got them like on, and he's got his hands on the fucking duders, looking around.
Tutors.
Yeah, so he has little duders. He's got his hands on, and he's looking around, and then you see him go into the large hut near the center, and kind of disappear into that space.
All right.
Mm,
So,
okay.
Zax.
So I relayed that information.
Okay, never mind. I'm waiting for that. Yeah, Sices
just-
tells us how many bad pipers there are.
Seems to be at the moment just one carrying them, but it's hard to tell
That's fair.
who might just pick up a set of them and
Instantly turn themselves into a problem.
Is there a pile of them anywhere?
No, you don't see any of them lying around anywhere. There's no.
Okay.
You don't. As a matter of fact, you don't see any sort of like munitions, at least from where you are.
Then Zax, you will leave the group and try and find a way to the main hut to light it up.
I'll definitely light up at least the roof.
Yeah, Keeper will go a different direction to find the leader. And Siaces and Floop and I will walk right up.
Keeper removes his cloak and his mask, both neatly, and places them in a storage compartment in the Zax's mount.
Okay.
Zax will tap his mouth and say, "Okay, Azzy, I don't want you to come in here because it's definitely going to be very like combat heavy and explosive. So I don't want to risk you getting hurt."
It nods at you. It looks anxious.
And then as Keeper kind of breaks apart from the group and positions himself, he changes the color of his chitin to match his surroundings.
Right. Yeah, you can do that. Fucking
It's
forgot
absolutely
that was a
something he
thing.
can do.
Yeah, I forgot that he does that. Entirely forgot that he does that. So yeah, you camouflage yourself by shifting the colors of your chitin, making it a lot easier for you to go along. Garrick climbs down from the back of the mount and says, "Right then, who am I following in?"
What can you do?
He taps the bottom of his backpack where his gun is currently hooked up.
So then you prefer not to be a quiet fellow.
No.
Then you're coming with us.
Good.
Oh,
Neat.
sorry. I was just trying to read a thing and it. My bad.
Yep.
Please disregard.
Ignore me.
Alright.
So yeah, you guys have formulated a plan. So Keeper's gonna camouflage and move around the woods to see if he can't locate and pin down Bromo Nubs.
Yeah. Once Zach splits off, I give him a couple minutes before N leads the rest of them straight towards the
Yeah.
path.
As you guys still like before you guys split up, or do you split up from where you are here?
We would probably split up
Yeah.
from where we are here.
Absolutely.
Okay. So then I will make some adjustments here. So let's see. N and Floop and Garrick are traveling together.
And I'd like
with Siaces.
I'd like Siaces, Floop, and Garrick to stay within 10 feet of me.
Copy that.
Doable.
And
It's really
which? Because you guys would be coming at the town from sort of like a southern path where the trail has sort of led you up into.
Yeah, like southeast or
Yeah.
southwest rather. Sorry.
Yeah, there's sort of a way into it. Where Keeper, which direction are you gonna come at the town from?
I don't know. Whichever.
The opposite of Zach's was
Yeah.
my idea.
Yeah, the opposite of Zach's then.
Okay, so
Zach will probably try and circle around further to the east.
okay,
Remaining as hidden as he can.
okay. So that would leave Keeper with coming at it from a western side.
Oh, and like before we all split up, I also would like to cast a spell.
Okay. Blitz.
Bliss.
Bliss. On Keeper, Zax, and Floop.
Yeah. So you cast a Blebs on them. That gives them that extra D4 to add to rolled on the attack roll or saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
As soon as we get in 120 feet, I have held a spell.
That's right. Once you start approaching the town properly, you do definitely like let that spell off. And a rush of energy sort of like whooshes out from you in a big wave, kind of giving you a better idea as it flushes out. And it's a damn good fucking thing you did, because as you're approaching, you do see that like the last 100 feet right up until the sort of settlement proper is laden with traps.
Oh, actually, this is only up to a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. I wouldn't have. Never mind.
Oh, okay. So then, yeah,
Yeah.
you can just re-add that to your spell
Yeah,
sheet.
Vrail knows this. Vrail would know this. I'm just poopy brain.
No, that's okay. So as you guys are approaching this space here, you let off that spell and you see that there are a ton of fucking traps leading up to this town. All of them mechanical in nature. And you see there's like a number of explosives that have been set on tripwires. There's a few pressure plates. There's a happy birthday trap here and there, which is like a fucking plate covered in spikes that springs up into you, which sucks. And a couple of things that you, with this sense, you're able to completely avoid. Two other party members who were not present for this illuminating information are unfortunately gonna have to make themselves some checks in order to get through.
I was about to say something.
Yeah.
I held out a hand to stop people from there.
Right, but
And-
there's Keeper and Zax who aren't part of the party.
I would turn to Diocese. You can do special messages, right?
I can.
Can you warn Keeper and Zax that there are like a crap ton of traps, all 100 feet around the place? Like it's littered with traps.
Did they? Okay, now did Keeper and Zax, did they split off together,
Before
or did they split
that.
off split off from each other as well?
They went separate ways.
They went separate ways.
opposite directions. Yeah. As you guys are approaching the town, Zax went east to circle around and come at the town from the eastern side, and Keeper came in from the west, where you guys are coming in from like the southwest.
Right. Okay.
It definitely would have taken it longer to get around and get in position than it would have for you to actually get into
Yeah.
range to activate that spell.
Absolutely. Because we're going on a kind of direct path.
Yeah. I can do it. I have to cast 2 separate spells, one for each of them.
That shouldn't take very long.
No, but it is using up
Is it?
what is left of my.
Oh, are they spells or are they cantrips?
It's
Oh
spells.
no!
Oh,
They're like, its message is not a low-level spell.
message
Yeah,
is a
no,
Not at this
cantrip.
point.
No, sending.
Sending is a
It's
third level
sending.
spell, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
and I have
Really?
sending.
Oh,
Ah.
I can do animal messenger for the second one, so you would have one spare. I'd rather like sacrifice one of my spells than learn that one of these two just got clapped.
that's fair.
Okay. I will message.
Keeper
would
is
be better for
also
me to message?
telepathic.
Yes, but does that work that way also?
If
Like, I can't just be like, "Hey, I'm telepathing at Keeper now." Well, brainwaves.
no,
Yeah.
it isn't. But
Yeah.
like as far as we know, I haven't been able to. Hold on a moment. I'll think about it. So I think in my head at Keeper.
He
Keeper,
can
respond
hear you.
if
He
you
has
can
set to
hear.
ignore.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Wow.
So
Wow.
rude.
Wow.
No. Yeah, the way that the telepathy works is because he's a Thri-kreen and the rest of the party isn't. He has sort of a one-way telepathy. So
I
he
didn't
can
get an answer
communicate
back.
out to you. Yeah.
I attempted to make a telepathic connection to Keeper. He did not answer back, so I don't.
Did it
believe-
work? Like, you didn't say anything. You just said you're
I
trying to
did.
communicate to me with telepathy.
Yeah.
I said, Keeper, answer back if you can hear.
I can hear. I read you loud and clear.
As it is, with the way the Thri-kreen telepathy works, you can communicate out to people, but they can't telepathically communicate into you.
Yeah. So
as
no.
it is an insect hive mind, so like you wouldn't be able to hear them as you branch off.
Yeah. I was role playing my character trying.
Oh, okay. You're just trying to. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. I thought a spell had been cast.
No, that's
Yeah,
Cyaces. I was testing
Okay.
out the telepathic link. I told Cyaces, no, it doesn't work that way.
Okay.
Okay, I think the way we should do this is I should send to Zax, and Floop, you should send an animal messenger to Keeper, and Keeper should be able to respond back to us from a distance. Because we can't get like an, A-okay, I got your message kind of situation.
From the animal. Yeah.
Yes.
But we can send a
Okay.
message out
But
that way, yeah.
but with sending, they can respond back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. So link your spells in the chat. Let's have a look at what we're dealing with here. Oh man, animal messenger. Use an animal to deliver a message. Use a tiny beast you can see within range, such as a squirrel, a blue jay, or a bat. You specify the location in which you must have visited, and the recipient who matches the general description, such as a man or woman, etc., etc. So goblin in this case. You speak
No,
up to
read
25
the-
words.
I'm the one who sends Keeper.
Oh yeah, so a bug man. A Thri-kreen, bug person, that way. A man, but he's a bug though. Yeah, so looking around, you see that there's like a chipmunk and a sparrow in one of the trees.
I will ask the sparrow because the sparrow can fly.
Destination before the spell ends, the message is lost. And yeah, when the messenger arrives, it delivers the message to the creature that you described, replacing the sound of, replicating the sound of your voice. All right, so what do you have 25 words. What do you tell the sparrow?
Careful. Traps. 100 feet all around. Please respond. Please confirm.
Please respond.
Will you comply?
Please confirm with telepathy.
Okay. So as the spell takes hold, the little sparrow gives you like a little nod, and then immediately flies up, sort of north and west from where you are, in search of your party member, Keeper. Walking in through the woods, making your way closer to the settlement, you receive a literal tweet from one of your.
Jesus Christ. Alright,
It's
I
25
crap.
words
I'm
or
out.
less. 25
Alright.
words or less.
We got what, 8 sessions out? I'm good. Goodbye.
Done. All right. Pack it in, everybody.
Wrap it
We're good. Yeah, wrap it up. Yeah, a bird lands and delivers that message to you directly.
At Keeper, there are traps. Send tweet.
Yeah,
retweet.
there are traps 100 feet.
Retweet
Please
you,
reply.
Zax, please.
Yeah, DM me with response.
I'm stressed. Please send nudes. But yeah, the careful traps all around 100 feet. Please confirm telepathy.
Hand picks, please.
I look around to try and see if I can still see the rest of the party.
You can't see them from where you're standing. The brush is too thick, but you do know the direction that they're in.
Now, previously, you made the ruling that I need to be able to see who I'm communicating.
That is correct. At the that you're at, you're not able to send the response, but you do have the message that there are traps in the woods within 100 feet of the base.
I look around to try and spot them, to try and be able to send my my telepathic message back, but I can't seem to.
Not even the
Who knows?
large size gold
Should
snake.
I mean, if you climb up a tree,
Should I make a roll, like a
Yeah, roll perception.
perception?
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? You just in like the longest distance as you're heading out through the trees, like you just catch a glimpse of them through the branches.
And again,
Alright,
probably
as-
Vrail.
Once I
Yeah.
once I get a glimpse of that gold through the woods, I quickly send out my telepathic message. Message received
To whom?
to and
To N.
like if she's the
Oh.
only one I could see. Yeah, if she's the only one I could see, she's the only one I can
Okay.
message.
You see a large golden Lady Dimitrescu-esque snake person making their way through the woods
need a
up
hat.
towards the village. You do just catch a glimpse of her, and you're able to send the message. Message received back to her.
I look down to Floop and I nod. He sent a message to me. He got the message.
good.
Okay, so I do the same for Zax.
All right, link me that spell. In the
It was
chat.
already linked.
I
Already,
did.
Oh, you did? Oh, it's already in the thing? Oh, that's my bad. There it is, sending. He said, yep, 25 words or less to a creature which you are familiar. Recognizes, yeah, here's in a mind, recognizes it is used the center and can answer in a like matter immediately. All right. So yeah, casting that spell, you open up sort of a quick comms with your friend, and what's your
Video chat. So something very similar.
Oh
my
my god.
gosh.
God.
Oh no.
No.
Oh, it hurts.
Remind me to scour my computer to make sure Windows Update didn't fucking reinstall Skype somewhere.
yeah.
I apologize, but I need to be AFK for a couple minutes. I gotta
Yep.
buy it. Just buy it. I'll be right back.
That's okay. Go for it.
Alright. So we... Oh wait, yeah, no. Yeah, you have to send a message.
Yeah.
With the
I mean, it's basically the same thing that Flip said, but to Zax.
There's traps. 100 feet.
Right.
And you can, yeah. you
Yep.
can-
What's your response?
My response is, got it. I don't need to get within 100 feet anyway.
Great. Okay, cool.
Alright.
We got it. Okay.
Is our group ready? Are we ready?
Yeah, we did the brain.
Alright.
So it's just littered with traps
Yeah.
right in front of us.
The woods are quite trapped.
Floop, if you
leading
can
up to it.
if you can see them, point them out so that we can move around them.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
What is our... Well, I have a question for the party.
What? What's up?
I guess specifically for Vrail, who, I would say is a very strong tacticianer,
Mm-hmm.
in our group. What is the plan? What do we want to do? Do we want to draw them out? Do we want to distract them? Do we want to
My
scare
idea
them
is
off?
My idea is to stand at the edge of their camp, having cleared all of their traps without triggering them, and ask for their leader in a defensive position. While they are distracted, the other two will be able to do what they're doing.
Okay.
Kind of shakes her head a bit. Nubs can be smart, so he might realize that two people are missing, though.
That's up to him. He has come at us with sneaky people before, And he he saw that Keeper was quite sneaky in that last fight.
So is the aim to... So the aim is to draw Bromonubs out? Or...
The aim is mostly to distract the 20-some-odd people while Keeper and Zax do their thing. And while we are in a defensive position at the edge of their encampment.
What if we do find that position and then make me look as scary as possible? And Syaces does
Vrail
a thing.
smiles after pondering this for a moment.
Yeah. Syaces does a thing that I don't think that the party has ever seen her do before, and she turns ethereal.
You reveal your true form in the moment to your party members.
Well, to some.
Yeah, to some of the party members. Floop and N, I'm gonna say, yeah, make a wisdom save.
Against?
Oh no, I don't want to I don't want to make them scared.
No, it's not a fear effect. I'm just saying make a wisdom save.
Okay, it's specifically not a fear effect?
Because I mean, it is.
I got advantage.
We're gonna see how high you roll to see how scary this shit is.
Because I have advantage if it's against a fear effect.
Then yes, it would be yes. But this is like, if you fail, you're not gonna be like running, screaming into the woods kind of situation. Like fucking Garrick didn't like that shit. Yeah, but you have advantage though, so you got a 22, and a 15. So everybody's good except for Garrick. Garrick does not like this.
What does it look like?
So Syaces, slowly lifts off of the ground, begins flowing. She becomes, shimmering and luminous, and her hair flows away from her body and just floats and flutters. And her clothing does as well. She's basically a sparkly ghost lady.
Yeah, she takes the form of almost like a person who's underwater.
The
way that her hair and clothing flows up and away from her.
It's not like rotted flesh looking, like piercing eyes, like fangs and stuff. No, okay.
Yeah.
No, but essentially what I want to do is I want to show up and be like, I'm a ghost. Like,
yeah.
You know?
In taking this form, you do. There is like a handful of other things that sort of happen here. One of which is like sort of the cheekbones and the jawline on your face definitely become a lot sharper as your cheeks hollow in a little bit. Your eye sockets darken as you sort of take on this form, and you can see underneath the dress that Syaces is wearing that there is a noticeable large wound on her chest.
I'd give her a look over. How often can you do that?
All the time is the answer.
Oh, shoot, I just read this. Your transformation lasts for 1 minute or until you end it as a bonus action. Okay, so I can hold this
for up
as
to a
long
minute
as I want. Or until that's right. No, it's the other way around, right?
Yep.
It's up to a minute total.
Unless you want to end it
but
earlier.
I can end it before that. Yeah.
How often can you do that?
That's the other one. Once you use this trait, you can't use it again until you finish a short rest. I should have read this whole thing.
Yeah, so you wouldn't have. Right off the bat, you
probably
wouldn't
would
have.
have described it.
Yeah. Is this
and waited to.
is this something that you
Yes,
can
let's
just
do
do, or is
Yes.
it, or is it like an illusion magic, like a spell?
It just says you can use your action to tap into the
Vrail is
preternatural.
specifically asking Syaces if it is a spell you cast or if it's like racial.
It's I suppose just a part of being me. It's not a spell I cast or anything like that.
Okay. like similar to my shapeshifting.
Yes, I
Yeah.
suppose so.
And me making poison goop.
Okay.
Like the shapeshifting I do, and you turning into a scary
I-
ghost, and you making goop.
I suggest
I want to feel included.
I suggest that you don't use it until they start making offensive reactions towards us, or offensive actions
well.
towards us, because we don't want them to attack us immediately. Or we're going to try to hold that off as much as we can. If there is a chance that we walk in and say something and they immediately start fighting, that is absolutely a thought I've had, and it's probably going to happen. But there's less of a chance if you don't do that walking in.
Yes. All right.
But absolutely use that if they do attack. That sounds fantastic. All right.
All right.
So, Floop,
That's awesome.
that I am on board. Floop, can you please show us where these traps are so that we can move around them as we go?
Sure can do.
Excellent. Then we shall proceed.
All right. As you guys approach, you are able to sort of make your way around the traps and through the sort of like minefield that they have set up around their base to stop intruders. To the east, you're not having to get within as much a distance, but there is still some area that you need to get through where there's traps over there for Zax. So Zax, roll me a perception with advantage because you were warned ahead of time to look for shit.
All right, advantage.
Okay. You lucky you got that 16.
Yep.
Because that is, as you're making your way through the brushes, like you got the set of the bad pipes in one hand and like your blasting rod in the other, as you're sneaking through the woods trying to make your way along quietly, and your foot just touches a wire as it's about to go down and you freeze, and it's fine. It hasn't triggered. You managed to just catch it in time and step back. It looked like a happy birthday trap. So you managed to walk around it and then continue through the woods. Now you are attempting to approach stealthily. So as the other party is going to be drawing the attention of the groups that are in the town, I want you to roll for me a stealth check with advantage.
It would be with advantage anyway because of the cloak that I'm wearing.
That is correct as well, yes.
As well as anybody looking to see me has disadvantage on their
To
perception.
spot you, yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, so that's your 16, and they have disadvantage on spotting you. Now, is Warden back?
Doesn't sound like it.
Because we got to resolve some stuff for him before we get into the town. Come on, Warden, where are you?
I think he's
Uh-oh.
in the bathroom.
He's in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Oh, is he okay?
Mm-hmm.
He's got a rumbly in his tumbly.
Probably.
Rumbly tumbly.
Oh, he's got that. He's got a grumbly in his tumbly.
Got a grumble
I'm gonna
tumble.
go and get a
Well,
drink.
While we're waiting, I will load up the map that you guys can see.
Dope.
Oh, good idea.
I will also give myself a refreshment.
Da 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 da. Now I know what you're seeing. There's a bunch of these big black things. We are using dynamic lighting. So it is daytime, and you guys can see, except that there are these little huts that you can't see in. Yet. Except for that one you absolutely can see in for some reason.
Yeah, the dynamic lighting is doing some real fun things for me specifically.
Let's have a look. Yep.
Me is like a bunch of black stuff.
Yeah, I'm just
Yes.
like
Uh,
triangles of black.
Yeah, well, because that's your line of sight, effectively, blocked by the large huts.
Oh.
The big black things that you're seeing here, those are the huts that
Ooh,
are
walls.
obscuring your vision. But you do have like, not necessarily like fully obscured vision, but you do have a limited vision from where you are. There are a number of torches that are also poking up here, which I put in because I wasn't sure if you guys were going to come at day or night or not.
Nice.
So that's what's up. So then if we go over to you, you can see like that. And so that's the thing. For people that are curious about how dynamic lighting works, if I click off the person that I'm currently looking at, I get to see this as a player and as a DM. So I can see everything that everyone's seeing from just about every angle. Except if I click on, say, Vrail's character, if I hold Control and press L, it'll give me vision of what that character can see. So I'll be able to see what that character can see. And then it's like, oh, I want to see what Keeper can see. Again, Control L, and that shows me his particular vision. But that gives you guys an idea as to what we're looking at here for the town. You guys can see you're approaching from the bottom. You guys managed to get to the edge of the town that's there. And I'll have you guys begin that role play in just a hot second. But I want to get
Warden in
I want to
here.
get through Warden's checks before we get into the town and get into business.
Yeah, he's still in the bathroom.
Okay.
He's still in the
Alright.
bathroom?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a very, very quick little bio break then.
Yeah, we'll take a
as
little
well.
bio break.
Okay.
In the meantime, I'm gonna find some music here that we can switch over to, because we've been getting into the Gerudo village for a while now, and I feel like we could use some other stuff here. Let's see. How's this? That's a little too spooky.
How dare you suggest such a thing? Not, every opportunity. Spook
No, that's too
spook it up. Oh, again. What did I
How
just say?
Dare you?
What did I
How about this one?
just say?
That's too spooky.
It might not be.
I want to get something
like,
that's suspenseful, but not like terrifying, because this is all Resident Evil 4 music. This one good? What's this one? Yeah, that'll work. Perfect. That'll
No,
work
it's-
perfect.
no,
All
it's
right,
too spooky.
we'll kick that shit up.
No, it's too spooky.
Wait.
No.
No, I'm scared. It's
No.
too spooky. No,
I'm scared.
no, it's too spooky. Don't like it.
I'm scared.
No. Boo. How's everybody doing in the chat, though?
Yeah.
Everybody doing okay? Those are very tall huts. They are. One of the things that we could have done differently is I could have gotten like the tops of the huts as an object that I could then like delete when people walk into the hut and see what's inside of them. Then like that creates sort of a little thing there. But I wasn't sure if you guys were going to be attacking at nighttime or not. So I can just go through and I can delete all the fun torches that are on the map so that we don't have to worry about that anymore. That's also another thing that I can do for people, or like what people can do really for themselves over time. Oh, and we can see that the vision's changing, because over here, I've just made a character that's just called Torch, and then that's its picture is this object right here. And then if I want to drag and drop it on the map, I can do that. And then I have settings in here that I can change that will give it light that it emits. So if I need to put torches down somewhere, I can like just drag and drop them on the map and duplicate them without having to make multiple objects and give all of them specific lighting qualities.
Very nice.
Or reset it up every time I'm doing a different thing. I can just drag and drop. It's all good.
That's dope.
That's hot. That's hot.
I have returned.
Dope.
I am the one who has to be right back.
That's
Okay.
that's fair.
And yeah, people say they chilling. We got some thumbs up from Rust. Mr. Messages is doing good. Gods, all this just makes me want to make a D&D character. I know.
So good.
I sit around and make D&D characters in between when I'm doing work on this stuff. Like I will just make. I sat down and made D&D characters for a bunch of like LARP characters that me and my friends used to play together, and then got really sad that we didn't have a game where we could sit down and play them all together. It's fucking bummed me out. Like, I did a thing, and now I'm sad.
In other news, now that we've moved, I'm gonna start getting back into streaming like regularly. I definitely only have been streaming this for the past like month and a half because of moving and stuff. So yeah, I'll be getting back into streaming probably next week, and I'll be streaming the after credits stuff from Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers.
Oh damn!
In preparation for the expansion that's coming out in fall.
Ooh,
yeah,
that sounds like a good time.
Yeah, they're still updating Shadowbringers. It's not over yet. Like the story isn't over yet. Before Endwalkers comes out. Like I mean, it's not gonna be the only thing that I stream, but a lot of it's gonna be that.
That's good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Blue Protocol. Which is an MMO that is said to be very similar to Genshin Impact, except that it has like character customization and not as much, if any at all, gacha bullshit.
Yeah, gacha bullshit is why I stopped playing Genshin. It's the only reason.
That's why I never
though.
got into it.
It's the only reason I stopped playing it.
Man. For me, it was two things. It was, can I customize my character? And they were like, no, you have to play from a roster of characters. And I was like, and there's gacha? And they were like, yeah, there's a bunch of gacha stuff. I was like, yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, that's fair.
Nah, fam, I'm good. And so I backed right out of that.
Yeah,
but
I'm interested in that game.
Yeah. It's a good time.
But I'm definitely not going to stop playing Final Fantasy XIV considering I've been playing it out since A Realm Reborn has come out, so.
No, of course.
It's excellent, and currently the best MMO I've ever played. Objectively the best MMO I've ever played, even unbiased.
Yeah, I keep kicking myself that I just couldn't ever really get into it. That said, Monster Hunter Rise is also coming out. We were talking about this before we started the stream as well, that that's out on the Switch. Hello, welcome back. We're still waiting on Warden to return.
Yeah.
It's okay, I'm gonna work on Bone Daddy at time.
Sweet. But yeah, Monster Hunter World was like a fun game, but I had like there was, in my opinion, playing it, there was like it was fun, but there was a lot of shit getting in my way. Like I could see the fun game that was underneath the like I need to have just an obtuse amount of resources that I have to collect from places, and like there were it felt like there was at least 50 too many mechanics.
That's every Monster Hunter game.
Yeah.
Every single Monster Hunter game.
That's what I was with Steve, was that like this game definitely has the feel of a game that came out on like the PS1/PS2. And had a lot of extra mechanics that were definitely like something of its age, because a lot of games back then had like, I mean, everybody remembers Final Fantasy VIII and the fucking junction system that they had in that, which was fucking ridiculous, and just made the game hard to play. It made it unfun. Yeah. So
and the level scaling system that 8 had.
Yeah, like it was absurd. And as a result of that, like it took a good game and just sort of like barred it down with a bunch of extra garbage that I feel like wasn't really a good time. And so yeah, like I played Monster Hunter World a bunch. I played it with friends. I played it by myself, and it's like it wasn't a bad game, but it was a good game that had like a lot of things that got in the way of me having the most fun I feel like I could have been having. Like a lot of decisions that they made a long time ago and decided to not unmake for whatever reason, mostly to appease the people that really enjoyed that gameplay and that style of gameplay and didn't want to see their game get simplified or boiled down or refined in any way. They prefer it to be the way that it was. That said, I'm told that a lot of the fat's been trimmed off of the last game, so that does excite me a lot.
Well, that's the thing. Monster Hunter World also had a lot of the fat trimmed off. Like the amount of stuff that you needed to craft anything was cut in half for Monster Hunter World.
I cut it in half.
Cut it in half. So like
Yeah.
I don't know if they're doing that again for Rise, but
They did.
Yeah? Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like it feels a lot less a lot.
Well, like
You know what I mean?
Warden and I used to play the hell out of Monster Hunter games, like even before World.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was feeling like in comparison Monster Hunter World was like I was catching up too fast.
Well,
But
and that's
I'm
the
also
thing.
used to a longer grind for Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
That is the thing. Like if the thing that you enjoyed about Monster Hunter was
The grind.
like the grind and the gathering of quite in some cases quite literally hundreds of fucking materials in order to make certain things or to craft certain things or to progress at all in the game, then like yeah, you're gonna have not as good a time playing Monster Hunter World and by extension Monster Hunter Rise.
I do.
But like if you like high flying action fighting huge monsters with crazy weapons, then like it's still the same game.
Yeah.
It just has a lot less shit attached to it
Yeah.
for no fucking reason.
I just
Yeah.
like I agree that the games prior to World had like too much that you needed to gather, but the impact that it had on me was that the weapons and armor and things like that in Monster Hunter World were less rewarding when I got them. Like I was like, hey, yeah, this looks cool. Guess I'm gonna immediately have to change out of it in like 2 fights. And it'll take me 4 fights to do it, to get the new set. And then I'll have to change that out in 2 fights. And then it'll take 4 fights to get that. You know?
Yeah. Like it's
Yeah.
and I'm hoping that Monster Hunter World sort of act as the bridge between like the older, clunkier Monster Hunter games to the newer one that appears to be a great deal more refined, which is exciting in its own right. And I like that they literally were like, well, you know, when we turned the graphics way the fuck up for Monster Hunter World because it was on like the PS4, they were like, yeah, well, it turns out we didn't need to do that.
No,
So...
I actually turned mine down so that I could
Yeah.
stream it easier and it was smoother. And honestly, because of all of like the ambient occlusion and stuff like that, all the cloudy crap, I actually turned all that stuff off because I wanted to see more detail on the creatures.
Yeah, they put a lot of visual stuff and I feel like it was really just like a proof of concept that they were like, we can make a Monster Hunter game that doesn't look like it came out on early PS2. Like, we can finally actually upgrade the visuals for once and release the game. And then they did, and it was like breathtaking. But then they were like, okay, now let's take that and let's
Tune it back a little bit. Yeah, because it does not need to be photorealistic.
no.
It's
And
a
they put
monster
cell
game.
shading in certain areas, and they lowered the poly count here and there. But like watching gameplay of it, I'm like, this looks pretty much almost exactly like Monster Hunter World in the way that it's designed.
It does. And I'm
like-
honestly really, really impressed. Like I remember like picking up the demo when the demo came out and I was just like, this is really pretty. Like on the Switch this looks really good. And like playing it more now, I'm like, yep, this game is gorgeous. Like I'm really happy with this. They did a really good job.
Oh yeah, like it looks really good. And then I was like, I think it was Noir earlier today was like gushing about it towards me, and I was like, all right, did they fix the heavy bowgun? Like, is that still an absolute nightmare to play until you get to like late game, and even then it's kind of meh? And he was like, no, they completely retooled it. It's so amazing now. And I was like, like what about
Nice.
what about like dual blades and stuff? Like tell me about some of the weapons. And he was like sending me pictures and telling me about some of the new mechanics and like the weird like zipline wire bug thing that you can use to fly around the
Firebugs are
battlefield.
so fun.
Fucking Attack on Titan style, like zipping around, shooting, slashing and stuff. I was like, okay, this actually sounds like what, in my opinion, Monster Hunter games should be, which is fighting huge monsters with crazy weapons and doing ridiculous bullshit like, you know, zipping onto a thing and flying through the air and slashing at a T-Rex thing with a giant nose.
I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's Jameson's favorite.
Yeah. my favorite. I think it was like something about Monster Hunter, the first one, where it like it roars, but it's just like a child screaming, and they just photoshopped a big nose onto a T-Rex, like a big human nose onto the front of a T-Rex. I was like, yeah, that's it, yeah. Like,
Yeah, you know that one.
I know, yeah, everybody knows that.
Anjanath? Yeah.
Oh,
the
Anjanath.
It's so funny.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How's Warden?
I don't know.
How's he doing? Is he doing okay?
Still seems to be in the bathroom.
Oh no. It's...
When do you guys maybe check on him, see if he's doing all right?
I want to see if he fell in. Yeah.
Yeah. Go see if he's been whisked away to the land of the Mushroom Kingdom.
Oh boy. One thing I really appreciate about the wire bugs is that you can use it for fast recovery when you get knocked on your ass.
Ooh.
So like, you know, something you get knocked down and like there's a kind of a longish animation of your character like trying to get up and out of the way so that you don't get smacked again. You literally can use one of your wire bugs to be like zoop and I'm on my feet again. And it's like it's almost like a tech roll, like it feels so good.
That's fucking nice.
It's great, dude.
Yeah. My two last questions to Noir was just like, can I still put shields on heavy bow guns? And he was like, yes. And it's like the first thing you can do is put a Lancer quality shield on your bow gun. I was like,
That's so
thank
good.
fucking God, because it really doesn't work otherwise. And he was like, yeah, it's either that or you put on like a power barrel, which just increases your damage. So if you're doing like the long distance sniper shots, then you can throw that on. But if you're doing like up close machine gun or shotgun blasts, you have your shield. I was like, that's fucking rad as hell. And also, are they like really fucking big? Like, are they big guns? And he was like, yeah, they are. I was like, that's awesome. That does get my attention for sure.
Like, good.
Good.
I said- So I spoke to Warden. He says
Okay.
he says okay, no, he's okay. Nobody has got to worry. He'll be out in a moment. And Doc especially doesn't have to worry in an accusatory tone
Wow.
about being in the bathroom too long.
I just want to make sure he's okay.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But he was
Make
he was
sure he's all
he
right.
was joking about how long you take in the bathroom.
No, yeah.
Oh.
It takes me like 30 minutes to poop.
I mean, I feel that, and then also like my brain just kind of drifts off, and I kind of disassociate for a moment.
Yeah.
So like, I feel that.
Yeah, it's fine.
I take all
I'd also rather sit there and wait to see if there's more poop that like sneaks up on you. You ever have that happen where you're like, okay, I'm done, and then you get up and leave, and then
You're like,
all of
"Whoa,
a sudden,
hey,
like
whoa."
10 minutes later, your body's like, you still need to
Betrayed.
take a shit, and you're like,
Yeah.
how? I was just, what the fuck? They're like, yeah, we forgot, we didn't give you this memo. So yeah, that was very
Yeah.
very frustrating.
Hashtag.
Oh, there we go.
There he
I
is.
have returned.
Hey, okay, so as the party, we're gonna sneak on over here. We're gonna turn that on. As the party is getting into position, what you missed was Zach's narrowly avoiding a trap and managing to sneak successfully into position at the edge of the town, just over to the one side, and I'll show people where he is. He is just over there, to the right side in the middle of the thing. So there he is right there. Now, a little bit further up, and on the left side, there is a one keeper. So as you are approaching the place, give me either a perception or an investigation roll with advantage.
Who?
Keeper.
Me.
okay.
Perception roll with advantage. Boop.
Oof.
Yeah. 10.
Okay. That's all right. As you are approaching, God, it's a 3 plus a 7.
Mhm.
My lord.
Yeah. No.
All right. Roll me a reflex save.
You mean a dexterity save?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. Sorry. That's my bad.
Boop.
Dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
Yeah. Fuck me.
Where's your dice, and when can we put them into gay baby jail? Like we need to just.
Baby jail.
We gotta put those dice into the gay baby jail. They're making a mess. Sorry. I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but yeah. As you're
You
making
know
your
exactly
way-
what's going on.
I do. I know. It's the both of us. It's fine. As you're making your way through the woods, stealthily, your carapace has shifted to change form. You do keeping an eye out for being silent. You do miss a tripwire, stepping on it, and a rock swings down from one of the trees attached to a rope, and manages to catch you in the side of the torso, dealing 10 bludgeoning damage.
Jesus. All right.
Okay. Now roll me a stealth with advantage because you are camouflaged. And
God
and
fucking
then
damn it!
also-
Wow.
Wow!
Advantage means
Jump back
nothing.
down the toilet already. God.
No.
Fuck, dude. All right, so that's the 8.
Oh, fuck me.
So we'll see if they see you. As it goes. Jesus.
Advantage
Alright.
means nothing.
Jesus Christ.
Advantage doesn't mean anything if you only ever always roll 3s and 4s and 1s. Good God, man. All right, so the party to the south, N and Saya sees Floop and Garrick approach, managing to get past the traps and now getting onto a small worn path that leads into their base. Approaching from the south, you do see that just ahead of you, on the road there is one of the people that sees you and does take notice. And as you guys are approaching now, you said that you were coming in with a defensive stance up, so like sword and shield.
I said that defense was the intention, not necessarily the stance. We're just walking up.
Okay, so as this person is turns to see you, they immediately stick 2 fingers in their mouth and let out a loud whistle to get the attention of other people. The other halflings that are immediately within the vicinity make their way down to where you guys are standing, but they don't approach any closer than that position. The others that are up there, one of them comes down to where you guys are, but the other 3 remain where they are there to keep an eye out. And the ones that are at the top here, some of them move a bit further down. I know you guys can't quite, you guys can see a little bit on the top there. I'll show you a little bit more in a half a second. But they come down to that position where they can sort of see you guys better, but they don't, like they've moved into this area here, but they don't want to move any further down. As they see you from there, and then the one calls out to you from where he's standing.
Got a lot of stones coming in from here.
I move up closer, like
They ready their weapons and like hold a stance.
we would like to speak with your leader.
Yeah, the boss said you were coming. What do you want with him, other than, you know, maybe some of your stuff back?
That's
You
between
get that on occasion.
that's between him and I.
What makes you think I should go get the boss for you?
I say nothing.
Roll me either an intimidation or a persuasion.
Oh.
Aww. That's a +6, man.
That's a +6, bro. Bro, that's a 2. You guys are beefing it on this like entrance into the place here.
Fuck roll 20. We're doing Foundry from now on.
Yeah. Foundry. Everybody move
Yeah.
out. It's Foundry time.
All of our games on Foundry have been bizarre in that we only ever critically succeed or fail. There's like no in between. It's so strange.
And it's
But
fantastic.
see, at least there's the chance to actually succeed. Unlike roll 20, which is like, yeah,
Nah.
roll d20, fuck you, 1.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Robo. What's that? 10d20? Oh, 1,
That
1, 1, 1, 1, 1,
video
1,
where
1.
he dumps out a bucket of dice and they all roll 1s.
Yeah, it's exactly it.
Oh my god.
I stand and wait.
Oh, we got ourselves a new follower, Anubis, 1992. Thank you for the
I
follow.
forgot I wanted to give something to Vrail.
I'm gonna move up a little bit. What are you gonna give to Vrail?
Vrail's 10 feet away from you. You should come on. You should come on in.
Catch up. Guidance. You touch a willing creature before the spell ends. They can roll a d4 to add the number rolled to the ability check their choice.
Sweet.
Hey, no, allow it. Roll a d4.
Alright. Like, it's gonna help.
You never know.
Better than nothing.
Wait, wrong one. That was a D8.
As a d8.
Well, you have 15.
No, that was
There you
a-
go.
Yeah, 9.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right?
Oh my god. Spoots.
Yeah.
Spoots.
Yeah.
Spoots.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That was brutal.
2, 3, 4s.
I mean, Vrail wasn't particularly trying, but I mean, she's spooky anyway.
Yeah. Thank God
Yeah,
it's a cantrip.
yeah,
for
you know
real.
what? Yeah, what about
What about
what about my background? What about my background, though?
What's your background give you? You be careful not to draw your anger or ridicule. You can get away with minor criminal offenses, such as refusing to pay for food at a restaurant or breaking down a door from the local shop. If no legal authorities witness the crime, most people are too daunted by you to report your wrongdoing. Yeah. I mean, I would say that 100% your fearsome reputation would work, and your fearsome reputation even spreads to this place, as Bromo Nubs came through here very recently and told everybody some denomination of what happened, involving, of course, this whole place getting or his whole team getting absolutely rinsed by a group of monsters in the woods.
So I stand there and I wait.
Again. As you stand there and wait, the one that's there, like, turns their back to you, to the others that are standing near it, and they speak in hushed tones between each other.
Who specifically? Who are speaking?
This one
And?
turns to this one
All right.
behind them.
Well, tell me what this guy is saying because of my feet.
Oh, show me this. Show me this feat. Show me. Observant. Oh, you have observant. Oh, I love this feat. Yeah. So it gives you an extra ability score in either intelligence or wisdom. If you can see a creature's mouth while it's speaking a language you can understand, then you can interpret what it's saying, so you can read its lips. And you get a +5 bonus to passive wisdom and intelligence.
Yep, that's why I have
perception and
such
investigation.
ridiculous passive perception.
Yeah, observant's actually a really good feat, and
Mhm.
I highly consider it for a lot of characters that I'm making. But yeah, so you don't see what the guy is when he turns away.
But the other fellow.
But the other person who's standing there is just like, I don't know, man. Yeah, well, no. No, I don't think, no. Boss wouldn't want that. Boss wouldn't want that. I think this is stupid. No, we can take him. We can take him. There's like 3. I know what he said, but there's 3 now. Like... and then the cloaked figure turns back to you guys and goes, "Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen."
Do I hear that where I am?
Roll me perception. 22. Yep.
All right, then I would like to make an attack.
Oh my gosh.
You're gonna throw those bad pipes.
No, I am going to cast, and it's a cantrip. I'm just putting this in for the descriptive
There's no
purposes.
firebolt.
Specifically on the point where it says a flammable object hit by this spell ignites if it isn't being worn or carried.
Yes.
Ooh!
Where
So,
are you launching that? Where are you launching that?
Launching that on this hut, making sure that that nice thatched roof goes up in flames.
So yeah, I
The
glare
big-
at them.
big hut?
This one right in the corner.
So I glare at them.
Hold on. The one in the far corner up there? So this one up here?
This
Oh,
one.
that one up there. Okay, okay. All right, yeah, because I'm just like, it's a big map. I want to make sure that I'm...
And just to point out that, like, I'm within range. It's a range of 120 feet.
You are actually within range. That is so staggering. Oh my god. Alright, yeah, no. So Buddy loads his crossbow, looking at you, and then
And I stare him down.
Yep. And then in the distance, there's a bolt of fire streaks through the trees, hits the top of that thatched roof cottage, catches fire. The dudes that were standing at the edge of the woods, though, they do have an opportunity of attempting to spot you because obviously you just made an attack, which is going to break your stealth.
However, I can
but
take
you are wearing your thing and you did roll high for stealth, so I want to see if they...
And I can also take my bonus action to go back into stealth because I'm a goblin.
Oh, that's right, yeah, goblins can do that shit, can't they?
Oh,
You know what,
you
then,
can-
yeah. Roll your, like, so that, do you want to say you're going to use your shit to do it?
Bonus action, going back into hiding.
Bonus action, nimble escape. Yeah, you can use, you can take the disengage or hide action as a bonus
Yeah,
action.
you'd have
each
to
your turn.
re-roll your stealth.
I'm gonna re-roll it, but it's also at advantage because of that cloak.
Yep.
Yep. Because of that
Oh,
cloak,
boy.
you got advantage, so rolling it. That's a 22.
Yep.
Let's see if these guys catch you, and it's a
And they-
wisdom check to catch. To
And they
spot.
have disadvantage.
And they have disadvantage.
So no, and then the other two, Nabi. They don't see. All there is just suddenly fire, woof, catches on top of that one building in the distance. The guys that are standing there talking to you, they don't seem to notice as like, you know, the thugs that are standing there. They're moving up into position, cracking their knuckles like and then in the distance, you do hear sort of screaming from the back in the halflings that are in the back there. You hear some screaming, go, fire, fire! Oh!
And I'm still staring down my nose at the one guy that sassed me.
Roll me intimidation.
Yeah. Where is it? Intimidation.
Yeah.
18. That guy is shook.
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 So.
I got a little effect I can throw on that building.
Oh
there.
snap!
I have been able to say a little something to give like a help to Vril.
There we go. Let's see how that looks to the party here. Yep. So that building's on fire now. As you can see.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just put like a little artifact over top of it, and there we go. All right. And
I
Somebody just wanted to do a thing.
Yeah, what was
all
Flip
right,
doing?
I'll let you guys do a thing.
Casey, what was it that you wanted to do?
Can you assist someone with an intimidation some check if you say something spooky?
Well, I mean, she's already rolled the intimidation and got the higher of the two numbers as it is, regardless. But if you would like to attempt a separate intimidation or assist Syaces in what I imagine is about to be a very spooky thing, that's also allowed.
Okay, then I'll assist Syaces.
All right. Syaces, what are you up to? What's your act?
Syaces steps forward in view, I guess, so basically so they can see her
Mm-hmm.
better. And she says, I'm curious. Have you noticed that whenever Bromo comes back, there are far fewer of them who come back with far fewer of you who come back with him?
Ooh, yeah. Roll me an intimidation. And how are you gonna help out, Floop? To give this advantage, what's your help? How are you gonna do it?
Well, it doesn't fit anymore, but it was something so cool I wanted to say.
What was it?
What did you want to say?
You know what's the most dangerous about a wolf? It's not the one in front of you that you should be wary of.
Ooh. You know what? I'm gonna say that works. I was just like expecting fucking Syaces to say some spooky shit, and then like a grung pops out from the side like, oh!
Kill
that's
it!
hot.
Oh!
Ah, that's hot.
Like,
Like,
She's oddly dead serious when she speaks about how wolves hunt.
Hmm.
Hell yeah. Okay, so make your intimidation with advantage, Saices.
Cool. There were more things that I wanted to say.
Well, as combat is starting,
Oh.
this is like a short, relative thing. We can't monologue too much, as much as we
Sure.
want to.
Oh,
Sure.
but I'm a villain.
know,
I should get. I should
you
get.
know that.
I should get bonus to monologuing.
Basically, I was going to say, those friends of yours, they're dead. Brumo Nubs does not care. Do you know how I know that?
Oh god. Oh god, 23! Fuck, do you do like the ghost thing
Oh,
while
I
you're
do
at
it.
it? Yeah.
So I
fucking,
say,
like,
do you
light
know
up.
how I do that? And I raise from the ground. my hair flowing wild, glowing and luminescent.
The combination of all of this spookiness that's going on here has given fear to some of these guys. We're gonna say, what's like all these fucking symbols don't mean a goddamn thing on this, and I don't know. Like, I'm looking at it and I'm just like, fist, gear, ninja mask, eyeball that's bleeding. Here we go. Here's like a scared one. So we'll say that guy is frightened.
Oh,
This
yeah,
guy
that
is
one looks.
frightened.
That looks frightened.
Yeah, he looks definitely. It looks like
a dude
panicked.
that's
Ah!
screaming. Yeah.
Ah!
So 3 of those dudes there, were just like, no, fuck it,
Ah!
and then went to and look like they're not gonna be able to hold their ground super well, and the combat begins. But with that, our session unfortunately comes to a close.
Ah!
Oh.
I know.
Ah!
The next session with you guys begins on the great and terrible combat, the attacking of the fortress of Bromo Nubs.
The assault of Dumbass Keep.
The assault of Nubs.
Wait, I need to write that down. That's gonna be my next stream name.
Yeah, remind me of that. I will also title it similarly.
Assault of Dumbass Keep. Gotcha.
The invasion of Chateau de Nubs.
I like how much preparation we put into this, like how much me and Saices like used our spells to prevent any types of fuck up, and we still managed to fuck up.
Nah, we're doing fine.
Oh no!
It's
This is
fine.
like
No amount of preparation can prepare you for rolling ones.
honestly,
True.
Just once, man.
this has been the most clutch that I have ever seen a D&D party actually do the plan that they planned before doing it.
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons, where you make carefully thought out plans and then no one does it, and then everyone
Immediately.
dies. You do it again.
Yep. Yeah, this is
Everyone argues about the plan, meticulously comes up with the plan. No one does the plan. Everyone dies.
Yep.
You do it again.
yep,
Or
this
they do
is-
the plan and then roll a 1, like
And then
they just
roll a
roll
one.
not well enough.
Follow
Like
the plan, but then people roll a 1, and it fucking goes sideways anyways. Oh my god. All right. And so we will roll for initiative at the beginning of our next game because the game doesn't save it, as I'm playing 2 campaigns out of
Yeah.
this one setting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
So thank you, everybody, for coming out to our wild game here. This has been a huge amount of fun. I was so excited setting this up for you guys, and I'm so stoked to see how this is going to play out. This looks like it's going to be a lot of fun,
Mhm.
and yeah. So thank you all for coming out to our content here. I have once again been your DM this evening, Dr. Terrawat, Toronto's greatest supervillain and evil genius. We have some lovely new followers here with us, Little Gremlin and Anubis. Thank you for the follow. If you want to join our community, there's a button to join our Discord down below. And of course, we wouldn't be anywhere without our wonderful players here. Going from the top of the list that we've got Cassie D20 Love Chew coming in as our Banshee Bard, Saices Blueleaf.
That's me. Good night, everybody. I love you. Be
Uh,
good.
And of course, we got ourselves a Spooty Poots coming in playing our N. Vrail Olo, our UNT abomination.
Commissions are open.
Commissions? Commissions are
Commissions are open.
And of course, we've got KC playing our Grung Druid Floop.
Worf.
Borf.
Commission's open.
The commissions are open, yeah. And of course, we've got Warden playing our Thrycreen Monk of Keeper.
Keeper.
Ow.
Oh.
And last but certainly not least, we've got Zax Triar, our Artificer Goblin, being played by a one Shaskar.
Check me out next time when I'm stepping into the role of Trogdor the Burninator.
Yeah. So thank you everybody for coming out, and we'll see you all again tomorrow on our next live stream. We're going to be continuing playing more Evil Genius 2, and we'll see you then.
Love you. Good night.
Night.